I swapped having a phone in my pocket for a day for a pocket notebook, and this is how it went. Now, my phone addiction is kind of bad. My job is social media, my hobby is social media, and I love scrolling on my phone in the morning. But this always leads to me getting carried away and watching TikToks or watching a YouTube video for another 40 minutes in bed. So I threw away my phone first thing in the morning and spent the first couple minutes of my day with this notebook.
I've never really journaled before, so if I'm honest, I don't exactly know what I'm doing.
Now, a big problem for me at the start of the morning was, what on earth do I write? What do I say? What do I do? But that's exactly why I bought the book.
I think just putting ideas and thoughts into the book is exactly what I need to do today.
Now, journaling shouldn't be neat. Brainstorming ideas, writing to-do lists, articulating short thoughts should be fun. And that's what I did with this notebook. It's a cheap notebook, it's small. I don't care what I write on it. So let's just write everything. And that's what I did. I wrote my entire thoughts of the day, what I wanted to achieve, my goals, anything. And whilst this was fun, I quickly realised that that wasn't really the point of this book.
No, it's all good me using the morning just to write down my thoughts on my to-do list, but I feel like this book really excels when you go outside. So let's go outside.
So before we dive into the negatives of this book, let's talk about the positives, because there was a lot of good things that came from doing this for the day. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm always on the go. I'm always wanting to think about a new idea. I'm always looking to go on walks and find inspiration for the next YouTube idea or business idea. Now, usually I get these ideas while I'm on a walk or looking around, and I instantly forget them. Or I just don't take a note of them, or I think I'm going to remember this and I don't at all. And what this book allowed me to do is easily write down an idea or something that I've got on the top of my head that I want to write down and get it down. This stops so much stress from having to remember an idea, then forget it, and then I've lost a good YouTube idea. It actually really helped me with stress, and just getting that idea down allows me to just forget it in general and just be able to get on my walk and enjoy myself or think about the next big thing.
So just from that walk, I've been able to write 2 new ideas down and basically plan this entire video in the last 15-20 minutes.
But now for the negative. Trying to bring this and a pencil everywhere was kind of annoying and in some ways unnecessary. Now, part of me did think, do you know what? I could just be there with my phone and take notes on my phone. Now, there is something against that in the sense of I could get very distracted and just start scrolling, which is why this is very good. But having a pencil, whether that goes into your trousers or just feels uncomfortable having to go, right, got my book, okay, cool, got my pencil, right, let's open up the page. If it's raining, this is going to be a bit pointless. All right, let's write down, okay, cool. It's just in some ways unnecessary where I could just go, right, notes, write an idea, cool, done. Now that's down to me and my skills to not get distracted. But it was very, very annoying when I had to, maybe if I was holding something, I had to quickly put something down just because I need 2 hands for this. I can't write with 1 hand. I need 2 hands. So we got through the first half of the morning. We've written down our thoughts and our ideas for our own creative interests. But what about work?
It is now about to hit 9 o'clock, which means it's time to get started for a couple hours of work before we go and take a lunch break. Now, normally my phone is involved a lot with my work, but today I'm going to be trying to brainstorm ideas and write my thoughts down and ways that we can improve at work with this, and I'm going to see how I'm going to get along. It's very different. I normally don't do that at all. I normally just do it on the dock. It's a lot easier. Everything's where it is. So this is going to be a bit of a challenge, and I'm interested to see whether this is going to work or if it's going to flop.
For this segment, I want to compare my normal notebook, which I'd use for work, and this notebook. Now, my work involves a lot of script storytelling, which requires a lot of words. And as you can see with this, the pages are very small, which means I've had to write a lot of pages, which can actually sometimes ruin my workflow and make things a lot less smooth. Whereas this, I can write a load of ideas on 1 page, just like I have been here, and it makes sense. I can understand it. It's all here. I can write a story or 2, on 2 pages, and it works. But there's one problem with this, and it's that it makes writing ideas and journaling very flipping boring. And when you have an expensive and like a relatively smart journal, in some ways you don't really want to ruin it. You want to write good things on it and things which you actually need. Whereas this, I don't care with this. This is quite cheap. This is easy to replace, and I can just write all my thoughts and ideas, and I couldn't care less what happens to it. And that's kind of what makes this fun. In some ways, I don't think the point of this is to sit and write essays. That is what this is for. This, I realise, is for going outside and writing small thoughts which you want to get down on a piece of paper. And that's what I learned when I went outside for lunchtime. Hello, it's been a little bit of time since I've last seen you. It is 2 p.m. and it's time to go out for a late lunch. Let's go. Now, I wanted to take myself out for lunchtime to put myself in some situations that forced me to be creative and more of a natural environment for journaling. So I went on a run to get a creative mind and then went for a nice coffee and started doing some journaling to see whether I'd be able to produce better ideas in a different environment. I feel like one of those productive work girls who like bring their books and like their laptops to the coffee shop, get themselves a coffee, and start writing. I'm going to feel really productive now. Let's see what work we can get done. Run complete, coffee complete. We're feeling good. It's been very interesting testing this journal in situations where I actually should be using it. Like, for example, a coffee shop where I'd normally scroll on my phone. Rather than just being inside and forcing ideas, I'm just trying to be in a environment where I can naturally think of ideas. Like I said, running, think of an idea, jot it down. Or a coffee, think of an idea, get it down and brainstorm and have a little bit of time to think. So that was helpful. Now it's time to go home because it's absolutely windy as anything. Right, so it's 7 p.m. now and we have spent the last day writing probably over 40 pages in this journal. And now it's time to give my full, transparent thoughts. Now, am I going to keep doing this? I'd like to say I will. This was actually really good fun to bring round. It's very easy to bring round. I've just got to make sure I keep doing it. It's quite hard to write long things, but just simple things like a to-do list or ideas. It's absolutely great to just have in your pocket, whip out and write an idea. Will I use it in my house? Probably not as much. It's probably more reportable if I'm going on holiday or something like that. But overall, this was pretty flipping good. I'm not going to use it every day. I'm not going to say I'm going to start journaling now and be a massive journaler. No, that's just not. No, that's not the case. But it has inspired me to write a bit more and write my ideas down on paper more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.